Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. So we're getting started a little bit earlier than planned. I got a couple of things that I got to take care of later on today, so I figured I would just go ahead and start the live stream now, kind of get things started off. So as you're coming in, if you would smash the like button, I would truly appreciate that. What's up, Michael? What's going on, man? Hopefully you are safe out there. Yeah, I know it's pretty crazy in your neck of the woods and things that's going on, and of course, you know, all the stuff that's being stated out there. What up, Gene? Good morning to you, good sir. Glad to have you here. Yeah, so just to kind of give you guys a little synopsis before we get started, I am going to discuss the issues surrounding the Pixel 4a and the surprise update that people got. And it wasn't under the best circumstances, but there's a reason why that this update needs to come out for the Pixel 4a. I am also going to be talking about prepaid phone services, of course, talking about a couple that I found that were kind of new and a little bit weird, and we're going to check them out. I am also going to pitch an idea to prepaid services that I think would be more beneficial into today. You like my peace logo? I appreciate it. Yeah, so like I got like ideas on how the prepaid service in the United States can go so much better than what we're currently being offered today and how the structure is today. So all that's coming into today's podcast. And yes, you guys notice I am live streaming into different formats, and you know, apparently I guess TikTok is getting banned apparently, so this may be the last live stream that I do on TikTok as well. We're simulcasting to various platforms. What up, B-Tech? What's going on, man? But anyways, before I get started, for those that would like to try out Helium Mobile, the QR code below there will get you guys started. When you sign up, use my promo code in the description. They'll get your first month for free. You guys can definitely try them out. But yeah, let's just kind of get into it. What's up and good morning, everybody. So I am feeling 100 times better than what I was last week, and last week I was really feeling under the weather. Just so much stuff just kind of going on. You know, when you have kids, be prepared in life to get sick quite often, because your kids will bring you back some of the weirdest stuff. So I was actually hit with a doubleheader last week. I got slammed with the flu as well as the norovirus at the same time. Talk about, like, you know, not the best of circumstances, right, and the best lucks or any of that stuff. Yeah, it was terrible. It was really terrible. But you know, I mean, I am feeling a whole lot better. And so yeah, I got to get videos recorded today throughout the weekend. I am traveling Thursday night. I am heading out to Oklahoma to see my dad, so I may pop a live stream here or there, just on that, just kind of like share my journey with you guys. Yeah, so I gotta have some videos pre-made for the weekend to drop, and yeah. It's an interesting week. So like my anxiety is like kicking up because we're getting closer and closer to the day that we leave. I ended up finding somebody that can come and check on my dogs while I'm gone, make sure that they got water and food, let them out during the day so they're outside in the yard doing their thing, and to bring them in at night because it's actually been getting cold here. I don't know what most of you guys consider to be cold, but this morning it was like 36 degrees this morning, so it was nice and chilly. I don't want to say frosty because when I get to my dad's in Oklahoma, I know one of those nights there it is going to be 16 degrees according to the weather reports. And Sunday is looking to snow in Altus, Oklahoma. So my kids are looking forward to that. I don't use TikTok, no loss to me. Just stay on YouTube. Yeah, no, but I share content on various platforms. I'm not a one-dimensional content creator that just focuses on one platform. I share my stuff on different platforms, and I have been for a couple of years now on TikTok. And I've been these live streams have been going towards TikTok. So I know that they're going through that ban. At the end of the podcast, I will share, for those that do use TikTok, I will share with you guys alternatives. You know, I'm an unfiltered person, so I think a lot, you know, there's a lot of stupidity that's you know, circulating around the ban of TikTok, and not for the reasons that they're banning TikTok, but you know, like the other day I seen somebody on Threads and they were like, you know, to all you TikTokers, don't come over here. Like, I mean, come on, man. First of all, you don't even own Threads, so like really STFU type of thing, right? Yeah, snow. I know it snowed in Flagstaff not long ago, so but we didn't get to go. My kids got school. I can't take them out of school because they are gonna miss Friday. Since we are traveling Thursday, they're missing Friday of school. Saturday, Sunday we'll be out there. Monday we're driving back, so we're only going for a couple of days. Just because, you know, my older son has, you know, he just started back up in college today, so today's the first day of classes at ASU again. So you know, he's on his second semester of college right now, so this is going to be pretty interesting for him. Anyways, all right, so let's get into all the tech, right? Let's talk tech. Did I hear about Odyssey? No, I haven't heard about Odyssey. Like I said, I use Odyssey as like a cloud backup for all my videos and stuff. No more syncing. Oh, okay. Well, it's good to know. It's good to know that Odyssey is not going to be syncing from YouTube anymore. That way, at least I know that my, you know, I can back up as much as I need to on something else. So that way, I have backups of videos. But yeah, let's get into the tech. Let's get into the tech, because this is going to get very interesting. All right, so the Google Pixel 4a just got a system update on the 8th of January. They pushed out a system update. Certain Pixel 4a's were affected, and those are the ones that got the update. As far as to my knowledge, they could have just completely just opened up that update to everybody. Now, I am getting feedback from people on the video that I dropped talking about it, and a lot of people are saying that this update that was released to the Pixel 4a was more detrimental in performance, and I can see why. The reason why is because the battery. This all pertains to the battery in the Pixel 4a. Nice trees, crops. Well, I mean, we are in a freeze effect here, and the freeze effect does damage things out here. So that it is. I guess you could say it is cold here, especially for Phoenix. It is considered cold for a lot of people that live here. That's never been out, you know, in the absolute cold areas. This is considered cold for them. But anyways, I'll pull back up the article that I shared the link in. Why did I freeze? Oh, come on. Sorry that it froze. I know it froze. I don't know what's happening here and why it froze, but it froze for a second. So, hopefully you guys can still hear me. But anyways, yes, this article was released from 9 to 5 Google, and it pretty much just outlines kind of like what's going on with the Pixel 4a. So it tells you guys the update number, which is basically TQ3A.230805.001.S2 is now available for the Pixel 4a. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, so that's the update number, in case, you know, you're curious as to know how to tell if you got the update. Now you can see, you can wait for it to update by just doing the system update on the device, or you can side load it if you want to. It's completely up to you. But basically what they're doing is that, you know, you could do a software update, and I don't know why it's trying to load that video. Let me get that out of frame, because that's just going to mess with the live stream. Basically what's going on with the Pixel 4a is that it's having issues regarding the battery. Okay, so the battery is the biggest issue right now that they see with it. Now you can take the software update, which is going to hinder the performance even more on the Pixel 4a. That's if you continue to still want to do it. Now, there are other options that that Google is doing with this. That is, you can get a $50 US payment, so they'll pay you $50 if you opt for that. You could opt for a free battery replacement, and if you have like a U-Break iFix near you, you can take it in store there, and they could do the battery swap, or you would just have to send it into Google, which I wouldn't recommend, and I'll explain why here in a little bit. Or if you choose not to take the software update, you choose not to take the $50 payment from Google, then you can get $100 in credit towards a purchase in the Google store. So if you're wanting to get the Pixel 9, you can get $100 off just by using the discount code given to you from Google regarding your Pixel 4a. So they are doing this, like I said, is because there's an issue with the performance of the battery. Almost similar to like what the iPhone went through. If you guys remember, like, Apple was purposely underclocking older iPhones, and we all know the real reason why. They were trying to push people to upgrade to newer iPhones. But when they got busted for doing that, their claim was that a lot of the features that the software has is a hindrance to the battery. And so they underclocked the CPU because they didn't want the battery to drain so fast because of all the new features and everything like that, right? So then in the lawsuit is where, Apple got hit with, they had to go and, they had to go and give people free battery swaps, So Google doing it, in a different way, right? You can get a free battery swap on them. You can get paid $50 and just keep your Pixel 4a the way it is. You get $100 credit towards a purchase of a product in the Google store, or take a software update. What if we can install custom ROMs? Well, I can tell you guys right now, I've installed what was that one called again? I forgot the name of the custom ROM. Evolution X. I installed Evolution X on my Pixel 4a. So as far as performance and everything like that and battery life, it's been solid on it. I don't use my Pixel 4a as a daily driver currently at this time. I bring it out for a review. I bring it out for just nostalgic use. If I feel like using it for 24 hours, I'll pop my SIM in there and just use it. But it's not, my Pixel 4a is not on a stock ROM. It is actually on Evolution X Android 14. And I don't know if the Evolution X team is going to continue development for the custom ROM on that, putting it on Android 15. I don't think they're going to continue to support it. However, yeah, so that is the issue behind the Pixel 4a and what's happening with that. Literally, it's just, it's an older device, right? It's an older device. The Pixel 4a came out in 2020. Okay, it's 4 years old. Of course, it wasn't future-proof, right? So when the Pixel 4a came out, it came out just before the Pixel 5 launched. The Pixel 5 being the first Pixel that had 5G capability. And then the 4a 5G kind of being a hybrid between the Pixel 5 and the Pixel 4a, but that also having 5G capabilities. So the 4a 5G being future-proof, the Pixel 5 being future-proof to a degree, the 4a not. And, maybe it could be, what processor chip did it have? They had the Snapdragon 750G, and that's what it had. Or 720. One of it was a 700 series chip, but that could be the issue at hand. It could be that that chip in itself was had some issues. If you use Evolution X, you're gonna want to have to install. You're gonna want some sort of like a way to patch the safety net. Because if you just install the custom ROM, you try to run banking apps. Some banking apps don't work. Like, I know my banking apps do work with Evolution X. I haven't had an issue. I haven't had to, install Magisk and, install a safety net mod to protect it. Even Pokemon Go, which looks for root, was 730G, thanks. Even Pokemon Go that looks for root on smartphones was able to run and function on Evolution X without the need of it. So I don't want to go out and say like, yeah, every banking app is going to work, and then like one of them happens not to. You know what I mean? Um, so you'll just have to look into it to see like what's compatible. But I can tell you guys, like my Capital One app works, my Chase Bank works, Chime works, Venmo worked, PayPal works on it. So I have no issues with those banking and payment services at all whatsoever. Credit card apps work on there, so it's fine. Tap to Pay works. I have no problem setting up Tap to Pay with my virtual cards and just using Tap to Pay. And this is without installing Magisk. I don't install Magisk on it whatsoever, because technically when I'm running Evolution X, I am not rooting the phone. I don't know if people understand that aspect of it. You can actually flash a custom ROM without rooting it, right? Because I mean, it has an unlocked bootloader, so all you're really doing is just wiping the phone of the stock operating system and just installing a aftermarket software. That's pretty much all it is. So banking app should work just fine. Now, if you install Magisk for root, then you would need the safety net. Okay, so if you're talking about Tap to Pay using Google Pay or Google Wallet, that works with Evolution X. If you're talking, because you say you have Google Pay over there, we have Google Pay here in the United States, but we also have our banking apps. So our banking apps, you know, it lets us log in, check our, you know, account statuses, things like that. And a lot of the banking apps here, because of security reasons, if you have a modified Android device, those apps don't work. So like if you try to launch them, it will give you an error when you try to launch them open, because it looks for root. Every one of these banking apps, for security reasons, looks for any type of exploitation, and if there's an exploit, then the app will not function. My wiping by installing custom ROM can get the unlimited storage. Unlimited storage as in photo with Google Photos? I thought the Pixel 4a pretty much gets unlimited photo storage. I know my Pixel 4 does. I gotta look into that later for the Pixel 4a. But I believe that one does too. You're talking about unlimited storage in the actual normal resolution you shot the photo in, because I know there's another one, unlimited storage, where they scale down the image quality. Yeah. I mean, if you change the OS, so that's half true. Michael, that's half true. If you change the operating system on your phone, not necessarily. Banking apps will still work. It's when you root the phone. Like you can install Lineage OS without root. You can install Evolution X. You can install Pixie ROMs. You can install any custom ROM, and the banking apps are going to work just fine. It's when you root the phone, because rooting the phone is giving you basically master control of all the operating system files. It allows you to change a lot of aspects of the phone internally. All right, B-Tech, thanks for being here with us and hanging out for a little bit, man. I'll check you out later, man. It is eliminated in the US. That's why it's known as Google Wallet now. Google Pay is part of Google Wallet. That's all they did, was just merge it in. So we here in the US don't have Google Pay anymore. Like the app is, I think you can still go into the app for Google Pay or GPay, but it's just going to redirect you to Google Wallet. But anyways, yeah. So you could go that route with the Pixel 4a. You can install a custom ROM. You can have that basically like, just take over the, the device itself, and maybe you won't get plagued with the issues that's going on with the Pixel 4a currently with stock. I think it's Android 13 was the last operating system that it got updated to. Now, see, here's the thing with me, and it comes to Google, right? If they were going to push the software update out to patch and fix a vulnerability, why not just build Android 14 for it? To me, honestly, that could have been the thing to add, right? You could have got $100 credit towards a purchase in the Google Store, or a $50 payout, or a free battery swap, or take this software upgrade to Android 14, which fixes the battery issues, and that be the absolute. Because I know, like, it's just like a quick patch. That's all they did. Like, oh, hurry up and fix this and send it out. OTA, send it out, have them update the device. But, you know, if I was running up things with Google, I would want, you know, Pixel fans to be satisfied. So my thing would be like, just build Android 14 for the Pixel 4a. Let's give them that as an apology for this issue. Patch the issue with the battery and the performance of the phone. Give them Android 14 and every other issue that was fixed with security patch updates since the last one the Pixel 4a got. Let's patch all those issues up. That would be, like, in my opinion, the best thing to do, and in good faith of Google, you know. But that's just me. I'm a giving person, and that's probably why they don't like me. Anyways, but yeah, that's the issue at hand. So, you know, it is what it is on that. Before I jump into the next stuff, I gotta share a story with you guys that's kind of funny. Couple of some friends from Boost Mobile actually made me aware of something recently. So I guess I am on Boost Mobile's hit list. No, the 8A doesn't heat up for me. Rolling's Records, what up, man? What's going on? So yeah, I'm on Boost Mobile's hit list, quote unquote. Boost Mobile does not like me at all. And I guess it was circulated in the Google chat for the customer care reps. They're well aware of what I've been saying these past year and a half on YouTube. And of course, it's no surprise to me that they know who I am. I mean, I worked for them, and to keep my job, they basically gave me an ultimatum to delete every Boost Mobile video I've ever made on YouTube, which, you know, obviously you guys know I didn't. All I did was just made them private while I was working with the company. And when things fell south between me and Boost, and I was officially parted ways with them, I made all those videos public again. But they don't like me for the things that I've been saying. And, you know, my message to Boost Mobile is that you don't have to like the things that I am saying, but people aren't stupid. Okay, when I say things like as if I'm calling them out on their BS, it's, you know, I have a community on Facebook that is very active, and discussions about Boost Mobile happen in there, because that's what it's about. It's about Boost Mobile. And so if I'm touching on points that are like pain points for Boost Mobile, it's coming from your own customers. Okay, because the people in that group are Boost Mobile customers, and they know they can openly share their frustrations. I don't tell people, oh, you can't vent your frustrations. The only thing in that group that I will not allow is people attacking each other in arguments. I will ban the fuck out of people out of that group. But if you're like F Boost Mobile, and they did this, did that, did this, did that to me, I will let your post be in there for everyone to read. And people will go in and they will weigh in. Are you telling the truth? Are you lying? All this other stuff, you know. And I let people have that dialogue. It's just I don't like personal attacks where people just like start talking about the way someone looks, or, you know, mistreats them or any of that type of stuff. You do that in there, you're cut off, you're banned. So that's where I get the info as far as like the dislike for Boost Mobile, the pain points, the frustrations by customers. It's coming from real customers. And I found it funny that, you know, they have me on a list, like someone that, you know, that's a deflector that stops people from joining Boost Mobile. I don't stop anybody from joining Boost Mobile. I don't tell anybody you should not sign up for Boost Mobile. That's not my thing. My thing is that when they do dumb stuff, I will say something about it. It needs to be said. Like in the rest of this podcast, I'm going to talk about an open-ended idea of what I think could fix the prepaid mobile phone service providers in the United States. Something that I think that they should bring to the United States. Something that I think is very crucial, because I get it. Our mobile data infrastructure is not the same as like it is in Europe. It's not the same as it is in Southeast Asia. I get it. The build out done differently by countries, but there are some things that I think that they should fix. But before I get into that, have you guys heard of these weird and different prepaid companies? Okay, hold on. Let me shut down Steam real quick. I'm pretty sure that's what's causing a lot of RAM usage. I really need to upgrade the RAM in my computer. That's one of the big problems, which I'm eventually gonna do, probably in February. I'm gonna like rip apart my PC. I'm gonna grab two hard drives. I'm gonna have a master hard drive and a slave hard drive connected to that, but both of them are gonna be solid state. And then I'm gonna upgrade the RAM, probably up to 32 gigabytes of RAM on my PC, and that should probably make things a lot better. My PC is very basic right now. Okay, for those who want to know, 512 512 gigabytes of storage on my PC, and I think it's 8 gigs of RAM on my PC. So that's very low, right? That's why I don't do a lot of gaming just yet, but I am about to upgrade PCs in February, so that's going to make a lot of changes. Anyways, so if you're on other social platforms, you probably saw some advertisements for some newly different prepaid companies. So let's get into that. First one that I want to kind of take a look at is this one called Mingle Mobile. Best deal ever, they say. Best deal ever. They got an otter, it looks like. An otter for a mascot, right? So, Mint Mobile's got the Mint Fox. Helium's got the goose, right? Gigi the goose. Mingle's got an otter. And so when you go to their website, which, let me copy the link here and I'll put it in the chat. And you guys can check them out if you guys want to. Anyways, this is Mingle Mobile. And, I first heard about this. I seen it on Facebook, a little ads here and there. There's a buddy of mine on X that's going to try this, I guess. I'm not going to. But anyways, so Mingle Mobile. Right, best deal ever. Get unlimited data for just $35 a month. I love the language here. Right, and if you notice, it says get unlimited data. Now, what that tells me is that there's going to be a throttle, because it doesn't say get unlimited high-speed data, get unlimited fast data. It just says get unlimited data. And when you're on these companies that do like 30 gigs of high-speed data, 28 gigs of high-speed data, they don't turn off your data once you reach 30 gigs. You're slowed down to like unbearable speeds, yes. But that's their argument in court on why they don't get hit with, why they don't get hit with lawsuits, is because it says unlimited data, which means they don't turn you off. And that's what they mean. But they never said unlimited fast speed data or high speed data or whatever, right? So anyways, $35 a month. Let's go to their plans and see what they're offering. All right, so these are their plans. We'll start off with their lowest plan. 1 gig of data for $9 a month. Okay, simple and affordable. 1 gigabyte is a no-fuss, budget-friendly option for staying connected on the go. Now, let me just point something out to you guys real quick. The last part of this podcast I'm going to talk about kind of references these plans, okay? So keep these types of plans in mind when I get into the last topic. But yeah, 1 gig, $9, unlimited talk and text, 1 gigabyte of data. That's what they're offering there. Okay. The next plan up from that is 5 gigs for 20 bucks, and it got a slash through it. So normally I guess it's $29, so 30 bucks for 5 gigs, and they're discounting it to $20 a month for 5 gigs. That's insane. Mobile X, you can get 10 gigs of data for 15 bucks. I mean, that's $5 less than this. Technically $15 less if you go by the regular price for the 5 gig plan. You got 15 gigabyte plan for 25 bucks a month. So that's not even competing against Boost Mobile and their 30 gig plan, Mobile X and their older 30 gig plan, now known as their fully unlimited plan. You know, that doesn't even compare. And then they have their unlimited plan, 35 bucks a month currently right now, normally goes for $49. So yeah, they're hitting on traditional, you know, 4 year ago unlimited MVNO plans and prepaid, you know, options. So it tells you right here, get a taste of fast internet wherever you go. Flexible hotspot add-ons, highest quality 4K video streaming, flexibility without surprises. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that they use T-Mobile's network. Oh, these are even far below that. Tello, US Mobile, Straight Talk, SafeLink is like a notch above these. These companies are just breaking in the market. Okay, I wouldn't even say Mingle Mobile is more than 5 years old. But yeah, you know, they're using the older traditional model, where a lot of MVNO and prepaids today are trying to hit close to that $25 price to compete, and they're changing up what their offerings are when you go higher than 25. And hey, so do I think Mingle's competitive? Hell no. I don't think Mingle's competitive. I think Mingle is an option for when you have basically burned through Metro, Visible, Total Wireless. What else is out there? Mobile X. Well, Mobile X is fairly new, so we won't add them into that group. Boost Mobile. Once you've burned through those guys, and you know you've burned through, you know, SafeLink, you burned through US Mobile, and Mingle's probably where you want to go afterwards. There's not really much of an incentive to really join. There's not. I mean, they're doing everything like the other guys are. You know, your services is app-based supported, so everything is done through the app. You download the app to get started. You start signing up. You know, you order a SIM card or activate with eSIM. Yeah, there's nothing really different with them. They can go mingle somewhere else with those prices. You even have this, Yo Mobile. For some reason, when I was asked to kind of talk about this, because these companies I've been asked to talk about and give my thoughts and opinions on it, and I'm like, oh, what are these? And someone like DM'd me and was like, yo, check out Yo Mobile. And I thought this was like Yahoo Mobile revamped. You guys remember Yahoo Mobile? I literally thought this was Yahoo Mobile. And I was like, no, it's Yo, like Y-O, Yo Mobile. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so for the first time ever, keep your family connected across the US and Mexico, all under one plan. So this is like a kind of hybrid international MVNO prepaid, right? So they're not fully international, but you know, they're within the US continent, because service plans that service you here in the United States and you can use it across the border, looks like to Mexico. And then it tells you over there, US and Mexico, limited offer, get first month free. Lines from $14 in the US, $7 in Mexico. And it tells you to build your plan. So flexible plans for the families across the US and Mexico. So here are their plans. 5 gigs for $14, unlimited talking text. Hotspot is on, but I'm pretty sure the hotspot pulls from your 5 gigs because I don't see like a separate allotment amount. So, 10 gigabytes for $20, 20 gigabytes for $30, and then you got unlimited for $45 a month. Reduced speeds after 45 gigabytes. That's not bad, sort of. I mean, that's coming close to 50 gigs. Really? Oh, we got a Yo Mobile user here. All right. Have you ever had to deal with their customer service? Please let us know if their customer service is good, if it's done by phone call, if it's done by in-app, if it's done by chat. Give us the deets, man. Give us the deets. Then they got an unlimited plus for $60. Reduced speeds after 65 gigabytes. So it's fairly good. I would say this is fairly good. I know some people will be like, oh, 45 gigs for $45 a month. I mean, you're paying $1 a gig if you think about it, right? Because all the plans come with voice and text. And then if you go with the unlimited plus plan, you're basically paying less than $1 per gig. So that's, to me, that's not bad at all whatsoever. I mean, if I was to take this right here, the 5, 10, 20 unlimited plus, and put it up against Google Fi, right? The unlimited plus plan on Google Plus, $65 before taxes. It's unlimited talk and text, and you get 50 gigabytes of high speed. 50 gigabytes of high-speed data. Right? There it is. 50 gigs. If you're on the Simply Unlimited, it's 35 gigs for $50. So if you go to Yo Mobile, you get 45 gigs for $5 less. That's 10 gigs more than what Google Fi is offering, and it's $5 less. By the way, is Yo Mobile taxes and fees included? Because I don't see that on here. A lot of customer service is trash. You know, we can get into that here in a little bit. We can get into that subject here just a few more minutes. We'll get into that. But honestly, you know what? This doesn't look too bad. Maybe I might get my first month free on this right here. Maybe I'll just get, like, you know, as a burner line, $14 a month for 5 gigs. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Now, if you click Mexico, it changes up with the unlimited plan. They don't really call it unlimited here. So you get 40 gigs, unlimited talk and text for $45 a month, and then you get 50 gigs, unlimited talk and text for $70 a month in Mexico. Now, I'm wondering if that's like 70 pesos or $70, if it's US currency or not. But the pricing in the US is not bad. Then we got this right here. This one I just came across today. This one's called Whoop Mobile. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's like trying to mock a cop car. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me this morning. Whoop Mobile is a flexible phone service plan. Okay, so another flexible plan. Maybe gonna take on Mobile X. I don't know. But it says pick your price. Pick a prepaid wireless mobile plan that fits your budget. They got a 10 gigs per month, unlimited text, unlimited minutes to talk. So that's $25 a month, right? So if we move this, yeah, you can see it change. So if you go all the way down to the $5 plan, the $5 plan is 256 megabytes of data. That ain't gonna help nobody. That's like loading USA Today. Poof, you're done. Data burned. USA Today, trying to check the news. Boom, done. And that's for 1 month. And if you were to pay it in 3 months, okay, if you do a 3-month plan, it's 360 megabytes per month. So the data ups as you buy in bulk. If you do 6 months, then it is 512 megabytes per month. And if you do a year, it's 768 megabytes per month. Why couldn't they just give a gig? Let's go back to 1 month, and let's go to the $10 plan. Oh, so you can even go to like $8, and it's like 1 gig per month. Every 3 months, it's one and a quarter gig of data. If you buy 3 months, if you buy 6 months, it's a gig and a half every month. And if you do 12 months, it's a gig and 3/4 every month. So almost 2 gigs every month. All right, so let's move this to the $10 plan. $10 plan gives you a gig and a half. Every 3 months is a gig and 3/4. Every 6 months, you get 2 gigs a month. And you get 2.5 gigs if you buy a year in advance, which the total due is $120. All right, let's just keep it there. The $15 plan is 4 gigs of data. $20 plan is 7 gigs of data. 25 is 10. 30 is 12.5 gigs. 35 is 15 gigs. 40 is 17.5 gigs. 45 is 20 gigs. 50 is unlimited. And if you were to go 12 months for unlimited on this plan in bulk, you'd be paying $600. Skip the slide to kickstart your plan. So they got pre-built plans here for you. $5 a month. I guess that's 256 megabytes of data. $15, which they say is their most popular. I don't know why. 4 gigs of high-speed data. Their $21 plan is hotspot included. You get 8 gigabytes of high-speed data, so double the data from the 15, but you get 2 gigs of hotspot. And then unlimited data doesn't tell you hotspot, and it doesn't tell you what there's a cap on it. They're very vague. Yeah, so when you compare these plans to what's already currently offered out there, right? They don't seem like the best. They don't seem like the best options to go for. Slightly more expensive, slightly, less in what they provide and what they give. And that's the thing with prepaid companies, MVNOs, in the United States today, right? Like, they make it. And I understand it's business. They want to make money, okay? So I don't need someone to type me out a whole long Harry Potter story about why they want to push and funnel people to postpaid, MNOs, right? Like, they want you on the postpaid mobile network operator. They don't want you on their prepaids. They don't want you on their MVNO partners. They want you on there, and that's why they do it that way. That's why you get like the better unlimiteds through postpaid. You get more benefits and features through postpaid. You get some through the MVNO, some through prepaids, right? Like, they'll do maybe like Disney Plus on them, or HBO Max, or now known as just Max. They'll have that. You'll have those things, right? See, if I could restructure an MVNO, right? If I had my own phone company, this is how I would do things to kind of keep it affordable, but kind of giving what I feel would be beneficial to customers. And I'm not going to go crazy and be like unlimited online gaming, because I don't give a shit. I honestly feel like that. I think people needed to get the fuck off their phones and stop gaming all damn day long and get into the world. But that's just my personal opinion. You can hate me for that later. So I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine that lives in Europe. And when I was talking to them about, the phone service that they got in Europe, they were like, they had this plan. It was fairly cheap. They were only getting 5 gigabytes of data a month. And I was like, how are you live streaming on social media? Like how are you posting a lot? How are you uploading high-res photos while you're living out there? Like, how are you doing all these things? And he explained the breakdown of his mobile service provider and the plan that he got. So the way that his plan worked was he got unlimited talk and text Okay. For iPhone users, they got unlimited iMessage. For Android users, they got unlimited RCS. So the data used for RCS is not counted from his provider. Here in the US, if you use RCS, the data that's used to chat with RCS is counted towards your monthly data amount. His plan also comes with, back then it was unlimited Facebook. Now it's unlimited Meta. So that includes Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. So when he's on those apps, the data that's used from those apps is not burned off his 5 gigabytes a month. And, you know, from that point, which that's where he's mostly active at anyways, right? He's barely using his 5 gigs. When he watches YouTube, he does it at home, at his apartment, on Wi-Fi. So he's not using the 5 gigs. When he's on Facebook, he's out and about. He's not using the 5 gigs. So I started thinking to myself, why don't we do that here? Because then, you know, after talking to my auntie who lives in Thailand, they have a phone company in northern Thailand that's pretty damn dope. Okay? She gets unlimited talk and text. All right? Her phone plan in US dollars converted, she is paying $9 a month for her cell phone. Right? She's got herself an Android phone. Her plan gives her unlimited access to Facebook. It gives her unlimited access to TikTok. Because she is a content creator on TikTok. My aunt, she's a fortune teller. And so she records TikToks of her doing, you know, her readings and stuff like that, shares it on social media. So because she is a social media content creator, she's got a plan that costs her $9 US, and it gives her unlimited access if she's on those apps. If she's on any other app, then it is going against her 3 gigabytes of data. And the cool thing about her service provider is that she picks and chooses what apps. So you can pick, I think she said, up to 5 apps that can be unlimited data access with her provider. And to me, that's so damn cool. I mean, how cool will it be if like your normal data usage is like 3 gigs a month? But the only reason why you have high data usage is because you're always on YouTube or TikTok on your leisure time. That's eating up data. So what if you could pick 5 apps that had unlimited access to data from your phone? Well, then you would rarely need to be on Wi-Fi because you wouldn't even be using Wi-Fi when you're on those apps. And, you know, you could pay a relatively low, cheap bill. So I was thinking, why don't we do that here in the US? Why don't we have something like that? Like if I had my own mvno service, what I would give you guys, $25 a month, unlimited talk, text, and data, 35 gigs of high-speed data for $25 a month, taxes and fees included, with 5 apps that you could choose that would have unlimited, unthrottled data access. Okay? If you wanted to add 5 more apps, you would then pay an add-on fee of $5, $1 per app after the first 5 you get. That means you could choose YouTube to be fully unlimited. You can choose Instagram to be fully unlimited. You can choose Google, like Google Voice to be fully unlimited. You can choose Clapper to be fully unlimited. So like it gives you these options, right? If MVNOs don't agree with me because they feel like I'm giving too much away, because I am a giving person, so they'll probably look at me and be like, damn, this guy's like willing to give it all away. No way. Well, then at least make RCS not count against your data. At least make music apps not count against your data. At least make Google, Google Meets, right? Formerly known as Duo, video calling. Make video calling not count against your data. Think about it like this. If, you know, if you only have like a 5 GB plan, right? Those that are on the 5 GB plans, you know, the 1 GB plan. I mean, most would assume it would be the elderly that's on those plans. And if it was, why not open up the doorway so at least they can have unlimited video calling without it looking pixelated, right? I don't know if anyone's ever tried, but this is kind of one of the reasons why that, you know, Google Meets for me today is not as good as it was when it was Google Duo back, you know, 5-6 years ago. Duo could video call stream with the lowest data connection and have a fairly good you know, video quality, right? You could be throttled on 256 kilobit per second speeds and still have a fairly decent visible video call. Now you can't. Now it'll get all pixelated, it'll get all crappy. Like today, if you were to use Google Meets on 256 kilobit per second speed limits, it would look like how Google Hangouts used to look like when you used to video call on Google Hangouts, and it got choppy and video would freeze. So you would have like this really awkward facial expression in your video call. They would hear your voice, you'd be talking, but then it'll look like this. And it's like, you just look, yeah. Because, you know, these video calling services and these live streaming services don't know how to freeze when you have your best look or your best angle. They tend to do it when you're in a compromising facial expression. So I would say that at least open up the doorway and allow video calling on Google Meets and unlimited Google Chat, not count against your data, and do the same for iPhones. Unlimited FaceTime, unlimited iMessage, no counts towards your data. I mean, at least they can do that. I would be surprised. I would be surprised if a company actually opens up the door to that. Honestly. And you know what? Since this is a free-for-all and I'm being fair, you know, I know Mobile X is about growth and they want to grow. And this is one idea that I would hope that Peter Adderton finds. I'm not going to give it to him. I'm not going to reach out to him and say, hey, you know what would actually really make Mobile X stand out is if you guys worked out a deal with Verizon to say, hey, our users are going to have unlimited data access regarding what plan they're on when using apps like iMessage, FaceTime, Google Meets, and Google Chat. Okay. Now, if Peter Adderton finds this, thinks about it, talks to his team, implements it, and it happens, man, that would make Mobile X even more raising the bar. Because I know they're about trying to, you know, help customers save money. Do you know how many people would literally just drop down to the personalized access plan? Because they don't go on YouTube a lot. They don't go on TikTok a lot. They don't go on any of those things a lot, right? But they do video call, you know, their children, their in-laws, you know, their grandchildren. And so why can't we open up unlimited data access for these, you know, for these types of users? Why can't we, for these apps, for iMessage, for FaceTime, for Google Meets, for Google Chat? Why can't we just, I mean, they can't say it's impossible when you got, you know, other countries like Europe and other countries like Thailand that allow you to choose 3 apps to be unlimited data access on your plan. Like if they can do it, we can do it. You can't tell me that the technology is more advanced outside of the United States to that point that we can't completely change the infrastructure of our prepaid and MVNOs by starting to offer specific apps to allow unlimited high-speed data access that does not count against your data pool. Why can't we do that? This is why I feel like I am destined to be a poor person. Because if I was a billionaire, I would take on all these companies with my own phone service. I would go and start building my network. I would have like-minded, yet also non-yes men who are willing to actually tell me no if my ideas are stupid. I would want a council of them to start my own phone company. I would want smart, intelligent people around me. I would want the best engineers. I would build the most spectacular 5G network that the United States has ever seen. I would offer you guys, like I said, my phone plan service for you guys would be $25 a month, 35 gigabytes of high-speed data, and then I'll slow you down to 5 megabits per second by 5 megabits per second if you go over your 35 gigs of high-speed data. But you get to pick 5 apps that you use that will not count against your 35 gigabytes of high-speed data. So if you chose Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, when you're on those apps, it will not deplete your data. When you're on anything else, it will. And if you want to add more apps, then you would pay $1 per app that you add to that plan. That is the type of phone service that I would provide. Maybe I would have a power users, we'll call it the gamers plan. The gamers plan would be fully unlimited data service for $40 a month. Okay. For $40 a month, you would have it. Unlimited talk, unlimited text to wide throttle under 1 megabit per second. It's because they're really trying to alleviate. So their networks really can't hold a lot of what we do. Like if everybody in America had the exact same plan, right? Fully unlimited network access, and we were all on our phones at the same time. Does anyone understand we would crash? We would crash the network grid for these MNOs. AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. They would go down. This is why they've implemented priority access. This is why priority access exists. This is why you've heard things like, oh, this plan is QCI 6, this plan is QCI 8, this plan is QCI 9, this plan is QCI 10. The level of priority access is put in place because the internet, mobile data services used is like driving on a 5-lane interstate. If everybody is on the interstate at the exact same time, if nobody's home and everybody's on the interstate driving in the same direction, what do you have? You have bumper to bumper, barely moving every 25 minutes, maybe like, a car space every 25 minutes is what you move up, of gridlock traffic. To alleviate that, I don't know if some of you guys have it in your area, but like on our highways here, they have traffic lights on the on-ramps. When the highway and the interstates are busy, these traffic lights turn on. So when you get up to the on-ramp, there's a line that you have to stop at. You have to wait till your light turns green before you can get on the interstate. And they do this to control traffic. That way there's less of a traffic jam. So that's why they have all these, throttles and stuff like that. But for me, I'm not trying to alleviate that. I'm trying to alleviate the fact that, there's certain apps like iMessage, FaceTime, Google Meets, Google Chat. Those should not count against your data pool. Those should not count against your data bucket because those are forms of communications. Some people, like for instance on Google Fi, you could have the $65 plan. You can get a data-only SIM card and put it in your child's phone. Maybe you don't want your child to have a phone number because you don't want them to get spam calls or any of that type of stuff, right? But you do want to be able to call them. And so you call them via FaceTime or you call them from Google Meets. Well, that uses data. But if Google Meets had unlimited data on a plan, you could actually call and talk to your kid a lot longer than, less than a minute. If they needed to stay on a call with you as they walked home from school, they're able to. You don't have to worry about your data being used up and sucked up because specific apps would not count against your data pool. This is all I'm saying. When you got plans that are like 2 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes, 5 gigabytes, 10 gigabytes, 15 gigabytes, 20 gigabytes of high-speed data, then make these specific apps unlimited access. There's a way to do it. You can't make the gamers plan $40 unlimited. They test how far they could take that unlimited claim. Well, I mean, I know, but if there was no limitations to it and the network wouldn't get gridlocked, that's what I would give people as the gamers plan. $40 a month, fully unlimited. Unlimited hotspot too. with up to 5 devices connected at one time. I told you, the reason why I'm poor in life is because if I was a billionaire, I might be coming on here to talk about tech, but majority of my thing would just be traveling the country and meeting people who were down on their luck and just helping them, giving them 50 grand. You're homeless, you're living in a box, you're hungry. Here, let's rent you an apartment for a whole year, buy you some brand new clothes, get some food in your refrigerator, turn the electricity on in your apartment, get you a bed, get you a couch, and here's $50,000 to put it in your bank to tie you over so you can get a job, get a car, get your life going. Like, my mom always taught me that when we die with just what we are. Okay? So if I was a billionaire, my money's not gonna come with me when I pass away. And of course, I'm gonna make sure that my children are taken care of. But I don't want a legacy of family members where my children are taken care of and their children's taken care of and their children's taken care of, because look at what we have today. I want to take care of my children because I love them very much, but I want them to take what I've given them and to run with it as far as building something, build businesses, open up a car dealership and sell cars, open up a car wash and let people come wash their cars, open up a chain of coinless laundry houses, make businesses to continue the income flowing in. I want them to be business builders, not freeloaders. To share with you guys something very interesting. Not long ago, and this is making its rounds, I forgot who the YouTuber was or what his YouTube channel is called. The guy lives here in Arizona, and people were shocked because it was, I think last week or a week ago, he pulled up to a gas station here, walked in and paid $10,000 for gas, not for himself. He told the clerk that what they want to do is, people are going to come in to pay for gas. When they come in to pay for gas, they say, put $20 on pump this. He's going to let them know that their gas is covered by him. He just paid 10 grand. So if they want to fill their tank up, go ahead. And it's like making its rounds, right? And one thing that somebody said was, they were like, wow, a YouTuber, YouTube people, you can't really call them that famous, right? So it's not a celebrity to that status. It's not even a B-lister celebrity. They're like, YouTubers are like D-listers, And the guy was shocked because he was like, you don't see wealthy Hollywood actors and actresses do this. You don't ever see Tom Hanks say, hey, you know what? I want to help my community today. I'm going to the nearest grocery store and I'm going to pay $50,000 in groceries. I'm going to take care of $50,000 worth of other people's groceries. Right? You don't see, today's, famous rappers hit the block and pay people's electricity bills, like knock on people's doors and say, what was your electricity? What are you looking to pay this month? Okay, you know what? Call your electric company. Let me pay your electric bill for you. You don't see them coming out, into the struggling neighborhoods and saying, I'm going to take care of your rent for a month. You got a guy on YouTube who obviously does this for real. And his popularity has grown, and through monetizations, through sponsors, it allows him to make more. He makes more money, so he uses that money to fuel his content by what he loves to do, which is just help people. He'll walk in a parking lot, and there's like a person there. He'll like pay for their groceries. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, And so it's like there are very few people in the world that have a big heart, and I'm glad that there's somebody out there that's able to do that. I'm glad that there's somebody that has it all figured out to be able to go out there and help people. And this is why, like, I always joke with my kids when they're like, why do you always buy somebody something to eat? Like the last time, me and my kids went out to Burger King to have dinner one night, just to hang out. There was a guy sitting outside. I asked him if he wanted, something to drink, because he kept talking about coffee and coffee and coffee. I think so. I think that's who it is. I think you might know who it is. But anyways, so this guy was out there. He was like talking to himself, wanted a coffee. So I asked him if he wanted a coffee. He's like, yeah. So I went inside, ordered him a double Whopper with cheese, fries, the largest coffee they had, and the largest Coke, because they had Coke products at that place. And then I went outside and gave it to him, and he was like really happy, because not only did he get the a large cup of coffee that he wanted, which was very hot to keep him warm, but he also got a hot meal with it. And then I gave him the receipt so he can sit inside where it's warm and eat. And I don't do this for clout. I don't do this because I want recognition or I want people to donate money to me or any of that type of stuff. I don't want that. I do it because like we have enough shit today in this world where everybody wants to be like, you're liberal, you're conservative, you support this guy for president, you support that person for president, you're against this type of people, you're against this type of people. Like, I am so sick of the division in this country that I just give to people with asking nothing in return, other than I hope to freaking Jeebus that they get a heart and they pass it forward to somebody else. And I think that if we actually have more love for each other as people, that we can get back to a place of sensibility and a step closer in the pursuit of happiness. Because that's really what we all want. People can deny it all the hell that they want, but that's really where we want to go in life. We want to be happy. Like, I'm happy doing this. I'm happy making content. I'm happy live streaming. This is why I do it. I'm happy when I spend time with my kids. I'm happy that I help a stranger out. Because I know there's days I'm going to be down on my luck. And when I'm down on my luck, sometimes I pray that something will just come along and help me. Most of the time, my prayers aren't answered. But oh well, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to hate life because I got stuck in a jam that I can't get out of. Maybe I needed to be in that jam. Maybe I needed to lose what I had. Or maybe I needed to take that loss for something else better to come along. This is how I look at life. I don't look at the differences between people. I'm sick and tired of that. I'm sick and tired of protect the animals. Do you know how many times I laugh about that when people say protect the animals while they're munching on a fucking burger? Oh yeah, these animals have feelings while you're eating your Chick-fil-A. Oh yeah, we need to be protective of trees and plants and bushes while you roll your blunt and you're hitting it. I mean, the hypocrisy is on such a fucking grand scale level that, today I feel like just being nice to somebody for no apparent reason and no strings attached has such a higher value when it was common courtesy when I was a kid growing up. So I will do what I can to help anybody out there, but nothing in return. No expecting good luck my way. No expecting someone to do it back for me. No expectations of getting a bailout in life. I'm not going to live forever, and I don't have a lot of years left. So why can't I spend my last years making somebody else happy that has further in life to go? And it doesn't mean by age. It doesn't mean that if you're 70 years old, I'm not going to help you. No, because that 70-year-old could be living to be 105 years old. I don't know. I have no idea. But I think the thing you're missing there, I don't know if you're referring to what I said about if I had my own prepaid company and created what's called the Gamers Plan. But remember, this is hypothetical, right? Do I look like someone that has $1 billion? Because trust me, if I had $1 billion before building my mvno dream, all you guys that's in this live stream today, just for the fuck of it, I would have tossed you guys $500. I would have been like, if you have Venmo, request 500 from me right now. This is my Venmo QR code. When I get your request, I'll wire you the money. And it's a just because. I don't want nothing in return. You can unsubscribe from me tomorrow. I don't give a shit. It would be a just because gift. Take that 500, buy you something nice, or put it in the bank and save it. Put it towards buying your new car or something. I don't care what you do with it. But that's me. That's me. That's how I've always been. I mean, you know, nothing lasts forever. And everything that you get, you don't keep. You imagine how many people lost all their possessions, you know, in the fires out west in California? Should that not be proof enough to everybody that we need to be decent people? There are people who lost their homes. I had a friend of mine that was like, oh yeah, look, a bunch of people from you know, Cali coming out here to Phoenix because, you know, of the fires. Now this place is going to get gridlocked fucking traffic. I don't care. They need somewhere to live. They need a place to live. Like why? Like why do we always make ourselves the anchor of everything? I don't want people here because I'm an introvert. Then get the fuck out of here. Find an island and be nomadic on that island, all alone. You know, go to Australia and live in the outback. There's nobody there. I mean, there's like some of the world's deadliest and venomous creatures out there, but you know what I mean? Go live there. You know, I just don't get it. Like, people centralize themselves as like the gold standard for how everyone should live their lives by, but no one has their fucking life together anyways. So, come on. Let's just be nice to each other. You can't go to a decent comedy show. Last time my wife and I went to a comedy show, it like got shut down after like half an hour because somebody started being a heckler and getting political, and then the subject changed from jokes to politics. And I'm like, fuck. I see politics on YouTube. I see politics on X. I see politics on TV. I don't want to fucking see it here. I pay good money to get laughs. I want my fucking laughs. That's how I look at it. I don't care if you make fun of Hawaiians. I'm not going to get mad at it. Oh, well, you know what? Before Hawaii was one state, you know, the English ones steal the islands from us. I'm like, no, I don't fucking care. Make fun of Hawaiians. I want to laugh. That's what I want. You know what I mean? That's what I want. And by the way, if you guys don't understand that accent, Pidgin, Hawaiians understand that. I don't even speak it that good. You guys should hear them. I haven't spoken what they call Pidgin. Not Pidgin like the bird, like, not that. They call it Pidgin, P-I-D-G-I-N. It's just their accent and the way that they say things. Like in Hawaii, they won't be like, turn off the light. They want to condense and shorten things, so they'll just be like, you know, my uncle will be like, hey, boy, off the light. And it's like, turn it off. You know, there are missing words there to make that sentence true, right? Like, turn off the light. Yeah, but yeah, they don't go up to people and be like, you finna get knocked out. No, they don't say stuff like that. They'd be like, oh, but I like catch cracks. They say shit like that. Now, if you can speak Pidgin, you'll understand it. If you want to know what it sounds like, YouTube, Hawaiian speaking Pidgin. And remember, Pidgin spelled P-I-D-G-I-N. And you'll hear how it sounds, and you'll probably be like, you'll have a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday moment if you guys catch that, right? I don't know if anyone ever catches that, but what I mean by that, you'll have a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday moment. You'll have one of those moments. And like, what did he just say? Trust me. There are people who have that dialect accent so thick, I don't even understand what they're saying. If my sister sees this, she'd probably call me later and she'd be like, oh, you sound so howly. Or haole. We just say howly, which is foreign. Sound like a foreigner trying to speak Pidgin. You sound so howly. You're so howlified. Like, yeah, because I lived in the mainland for so many years. The last time that I actually lived in Hawaii, like lived on the islands, resided there, that was back in 2002. So 23 years ago. So my Pidgin accent has changed. Hell, even my skin complexion's changed. I was a darker shade of tan than this when I lived in Hawaii. So, yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's live. Oh wait, there was one thing I wanted to touch base with really quickly. I was looking for that comment. Um, oh yeah, the customer service thing. So if you guys haven't really realized it over the past couple of years, all these companies have migrated their customer service outside of the US. Saves on labor. Most places they target is the Philippines. Cheap labor, and you know, when it's like nighttime for us, it's daytime for them, you know, so anyways, yeah, a lot of these companies are going to be like that. They're going to be kind of trash because they don't understand our ways. That's the biggest problem that, you know, these companies don't understand, like Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, you know, the MVNO companies. They don't understand, like, while it is saving them money on labor to have, you know, customer service done outside of the US where you call in, you talk to a representative not from the United States, they don't understand us. One, they can't understand our phone service plans because theirs is different. The structure and buildup is different than ours. Two, they don't understand the day-to-day stuff that we go through because as a culture, they face very different things. So they don't understand the importance of needing to talk to your friend Gabby every Thursday when they don't even get to see their parents who live on the different part of the Philippines. Maybe they live on the main island of Luzon, which is the northern part of the Philippines, but they got family relatives that live in the Visayan Islands, which is like a cluster of islands in the middle part of the Philippines. Or maybe they got a sibling that lives in Mindanao, which is the southern second biggest island of the Philippine island chain. You know, they don't, you know, they don't get to talk to them on a daily basis, so they don't understand like what we go through. So it's really kind of hard for them to have empathy for the things that we go through when they don't face that problems. They don't have, like, parts of the country doesn't even have clean drinking water. So when they hear someone over the phone talking about, oh my God, this Evian water, you know, it tastes like crap, that person's probably thinking to their head like, you don't know what shitty water tastes like until you're super thirsty and you have to drink this water that's murky brown. Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But anyways, yeah, that's one of the big reasons why that customer service sucks, especially when they're outside. And like what Sneak said, that's an old trick in the book. You keep hanging up until you find someone in the US. When I worked for Sprint, I used to get people to be like, where are you located? I'll be like, in the United States. Where? Arizona. Okay. You know, and like, they'll be like, you know, what's the closest town to you in Arizona? And I'll be like, oh yeah, Ahwatukee. Oh, okay, yeah, you are really in the United States. Okay, so this is my problem with my phone service. And the reason why they do that is because they call and they get someone and the guy answers the phone. He's like, hello, thank you for calling Sprint. This is Randy. Oh, okay, bam, you're from the Philippines. Hang up, boom. I mean, I remember one time, and the last story I'll leave you guys with, when I was working for Sprint, because I've been in the Philippines, I lived in the Philippines, right? So I can kind of imitate their English dialect. And so yeah, they let me do an entire call with the Filipino American accent, where they replace their F's with P's. I'm dead ass serious. You know, just the accent is so weird and different. You know, and I didn't get further on the call because when I answered it in that way, the person really believed I was in the Philippines, and they're like, "Oh no, I don't got time right now. I'll call back." And I know they called back because it just so happened I was in the same call center as somebody that got that call after he hung up on me, and then he got somebody on a different team, a few rows down. They stood up, they looked at me, they gave me the thumbs up that they got the guy because they could see my customer service ID number that says I was in the account. Because when the call comes through, the account auto populates. So even if I didn't type my ID in there as someone that touched the account, it auto-populated in their notes. So I was like, oh man. But yeah, That's why it's such a bad experience talking to customer service that's based outside of the US, is because they don't face the same problems as we do. They don't understand the type of lifestyle that we have here. Like, we don't understand their lifestyles. We automatically assume Filipino, they eat Clifford. And if you guys know what that reference is, but it's true, but it's not like you walk into every restaurant in the Philippines and that's like the primary, suspect meat, Clifford burger. No, that's not what it is. It's in areas of the Philippines where it's poor, very underdeveloped, and they will do that. You go to like some of the major industrialized cities, they got the same things you'll find here in the United States, and especially in Chinatown. You will find Chinese buffet restaurants. You will find good Filipino restaurants. One of my favorite dishes to eat from the Philippines is chicken or pork adobo with pancit. And there's a soup called dinaguan, which I'm not going to tell you what that's made out of because that will gross people out. But it is hella ass good and delicious, and I will eat that. The only thing I will not eat, if anyone's familiar with the Filipinos, is balut. I cannot do that, and it's not because it doesn't taste good, because one time I did try it. Like, I'm a person that tries different things. And I tried balut. It tastes good, but man, your breath will fucking smell like a million cans of shark shit. It stinks, and it makes your breath stink. I tried it. We'll never do it again. In Thailand, we have a dish, and everyone calls it larb, because Larb, but it's pronounced la. And the true way to eat that dish is raw meat. You take raw meat, like raw beef, you cut it up. It's soaked in lemon juice, red Thai chili juice, the capsaicin seeds, a little bit of vinegar, and salt, and those cures the meat, so it kills harmful bacteria, right? And it's eaten as a beef salad, and you get sticky rice. You eat it with that. There's just so much different types of things that I've tried. And that's one of the things that I love about my mom and my dad. I'm very cultured because my parents made me see that it's beautiful to have open eyes to cultures. You may not agree with cultures, but it is beautiful to see different cultures and the things that they do and the things that they enjoy. And I really, really love my life for that, because when someone says, hey, I'm this and this is what we do, this is what my family does, this is what our culture does, this is what we eat, I am very curious to try it. I may think it's not delicious, I may think it's weird, but I'm going to try it because I believe that motto. Don't knock it until you try it. But that's just me. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this long. If you guys enjoyed it, smash the like button. That really helps out. Like I said, if you guys want to try out Helium Mobile, you guys could do so. Use that QR code to get you to the sign up page. Use the promo code I have in the description upon checkout. That will get your first month for free to try out Helium Mobile, which is today's sponsor. So, with that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me at this time. Also, if you guys want to grab one of my awesome t-shirts, if you guys are Team Nexus, Team Pixel supporters, grab your shirt today. I also got hoodies in both the thick classic hoodies like this, the more thinner ones for light breezy days. We got long sleeves, crew necks. We got them, so go get them. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you guys very much. Be safe. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the road when I live stream from the road, traveling to my dad's. Talk to y'all then. Allah.